Martin was born in December 1984 in Dusseldorf, Germany to Rena and Horst Kaymer. Although coming from a golfing family, Martin didn't start playing golf till he was 10 years old when the family joined the Mettmann Golf Club in Dusseldorf, where Horst began to teach Martin and his older brother Philip. It was apparent that Horst had taken a leaf out of Earl Wood's book as it was extremely hard on the boys, not only teaching his boys golf, but going to extreme measures to prepare them for the rigours of tournament play. Horst forced his boys to play from the ground at a young age and forbid them from using golf tees. He wanted to make it more challenging for them, so when they were allowed to use tees in tournaments, it would make hitting drivers so much easier. Martin and his brother never looked like being the next prodigy out of Germany. They started playing in regional competitions and eventually into Europe. Their parents forbid them from playing in the same events, wanting them to encourage each other rather than compete. But the boys fondly remember entering a competition secretly where they faced off in the final, with Philip winning on the final hole. Martin progressively started to get better than his older brother, but still didn't manage his first win until he was 18 at the 2003 Austrian Amateur Open. He had to wait another year for his next win, which came at the 2004 German Amateur Championship. He was also a member of the German team who finished 10th at the 2004 World Amateur Team Championship in Puerto Rico. The following year, in 2005, Martin decided to enter Q School, with Philip joining for support. Martin won and then turned pro, and Philip came last, who then headed to law school. After scraping through the amateur ranks and never really showing much promise, Martin's professional journey had begun. Kaymer started out on the EPD, a German third-tier tour for the development of players. He got off to a quick start, winning his first tournament in 2005 at the Central German Classic by 5 strokes with an impressive 19 under par. He remained on the EPD tour in 2006, and from February to August he played in 14 tournaments, picking up 5 victories and finishing in the top 10 in all but 2 events, including a career low of 59 13 under par in the second round of the Habsburg Classic. Martin would win the Order of Merit on the EPD Tour that year by earning €26,000. Due to his success on the EPD Tour, Kaymer received an invitation to compete in and then win his first event on the Challenge Tour at the Vodafone Challenge in his native Germany. He played in 8 events from August to October, winning again a month later at the Open de Volcans in France. Kaymer ended up finishing 4th on the Order of Merit list that year, despite only playing in 8 events. He finished in the top 5 in 6 of the events, and his worst finish being 13th. In all, he earned €93,000 that year, and due to his success, he earned himself a European Tour card for the 2007 season. Martin made his debut at the UBS Hong Kong Open but failed to make the cut. He missed the cut in his first 5 events of the season and didn't make weekend golf until he made his first cut of the season at the Singapore Masters. He finished in a tie for 20th. In his first 7 events of the season, Kaymer made 1 cut. All of these events were played outside of Europe. Kaymer found immediate success when he started playing golf in Europe again. He finished in a tie for 15th at the Madeira Island Open, which was the season's first tour event played in Europe. The following week, he finished in a tie for 3rd at the Portuguese Open. He made 7 consecutive cuts from the 23rd of March to 1st of June. During that streak, his worst finish was a tie for 35th and he recorded 5 top 25 finishes. From June to September, Kaymer played in 9 events, but only making 2 cuts. He finished 7th at the Open de France and 2nd at the Scandinavian Masters. After a rocky start to his professional career, Martin ended his season debut in fine form. Playing in 6 of the last 8 events of the season, Martin made the cut in all 6, including a first round of 61 11 under par at the Portugal Masters. This was the tied lowest round of the season and a new course record at the Oceanico Victoria Club de Golf, where he finished a tie for 7th. At the season-ending Volvo Masters, with one of the strongest fields of the season, Martin placed a finish of 6th place. He earned €140,000, which was Kaymer's biggest career payout at that date. He finished the season with a total earnings of €750,000, finishing as the highest-ranked rookie on the Order of Merit in 41st position, and winning the Sir Henry Cotton Rookie of the Year award, becoming the first German ever to do so. These performances got him onto the official World Golf Rankings for the first time, overtaking Bernhard Langer and becoming the highest-ranked German golfer in the world at 75th. He ended the year representing Germany with teammate and 4-time European Tour winner Alex Sejka at the 2007 Amiga Mission Hills World Cup, where they tied for 6th place. At the start of the 2008 season, Kaymer signed with sports management company Sportyard, based in Sweden. With his new sponsor under his belt, Kaymer got off to an incredible start to the season, winning his maiden European Tour event with a wire-to-wire victory at the Abu Dhabi Golf Championship. Martin dedicated his win to his mother, who sadly lost in a battle to cancer. To this day, Kaymer still refuses to carry any sponsor's name on the front of his bag, opting instead for a stitching of a sunflower, his late mother's favourite flower. This achievement lifted him to 34th in the world rankings, making him the only player in the top 50 under the age of 25. It also secured his entry into the WGC Match Play Championship and the 2008 Masters. 2 weeks later, he finished second at the Dubai Desert Classic. He finished birdie, birdie, eagle, but world number 1 Tiger Woods topped him by 1 stroke. Kaymer moved to number 21 in the world. Martin's good form continued, winning the BMW International Open, becoming the first German to win this event in its 20-year history. Kaymer came close to his 3rd win of the season with 2 runner-ups, one at the Alfred Dunhill Links Championship, where he lost in a 3-man playoff to Robert Carlsen, and the other at the Volvo Masters, finishing 2 strokes behind Soren Kelsen. Kaymer earned €1.8 million in 2008 and finished 8th on the Order of Merit. Martin narrowly missed out on the 2008 Ryder Cup, but Nick Faldo invited him to assist the European side in a non-playing capacity, which Kaymer accepted. In 2009, Kaymer failed to defend his title at the Abu Dhabi Golf Championship, finishing 1 stroke behind winner Paul Casey. His success in the Middle East by finishing in a tie for 4th in the Dubai Desert Classic. Kaymer would get his 3rd win on European Tour at the Open de France Alstom. He defeated Lee Westwood on the first hole of a playoff when Westwood hit his approach shot into the water. The win moved Kaymer into the top 100 European Tour earnings list. Just only 1 week later, and Kaymer was picking up his 4th win on tour at the Barclays Scottish Open at the Loch Lomond Golf Club in Glasgow. He came from a shot behind on the day to win by 2 strokes. This win elevated him to 11th in the official world golf rankings. The next week at the Open Championship, Kaymer finished tied 34th, which was his best finish at a major at that time. He bettered this later that year at the PGA Championship when he moved through a final round field to finish in a tie for 6th. In September that year, Martin was involved in a go-kart accident. He was ruled out with injury for 2 months. He returned at the final stages of the Race to Dubai on the European Tour and finished the season ranked 3rd. Kaymer started the season of 2010 with another win at the Abu Dhabi Golf Championship by 1 shot over Ian Poulter. After missing the cut at the Masters, a tied 8th at the US Open and a tied 7th at the Open Championship, after starting the 3rd round in 3rd, Kaymer had 1 more shot at a major that year. While we might remember the 2010 PGA Championship as a tournament where Dustin Johnson unknowingly grounded his club in a bunker on the final hole, we might not remember how Kaymer grinded his way into the playoff with Bubba Watson. After a bogey on the par 4 15th, Kaymer parred in the rest of the way, including a difficult 15-footer on the 72nd hole. In the 3-hole aggregate playoff, he made 15-footer for birdie on a difficult par 3 17th hole, then captured his first major when Watson double bogeyed the last. The same year, Martin continued his form, winning the Ryder Cup with Europe on his debut start. Partnered up with veterans Lee Westwood and Ian Poulter, Kaymer halved his foursome and lost his singles match. Only a week later, and Kaymer was winning again at the Alfred Links Championship at St Andrews, with Danny Willett coming in 3 strokes behind. He was the first player since Tiger Woods in 2006 to win 3 consecutive tournaments in a year, and the first European to achieve this since Nick Faldo in 1989. The win took him to a career high of 3rd in the official world golf rankings, and earning him the European Tour Golfer of the Year award. Entering the 2011 season, Martin Kaymer decided to turn down a chance to become a full PGA Tour member, which he had earned from his win at the PGA Championship. He stated that he would concentrate on the European Tour for the 2011 season, but he would still play in several US events as well. This paid well, as in January that year he won his 3rd Abu Dhabi HSBC Golf Championship title in 4 years, and displaced Tiger Woods as number 2 in the world golf rankings. As number 2 in the world and major champion by 25, Kaymer boasted a different title: Best Player in the World. After his runner-up finish at the 2011 World Golf Championship Essentia Match Play Championship, Kaymer overtook Lee Westwood as the number 1 golfer in the world, making him only the 2nd German after Bernhard Langer to reach this feat. At the time, he was the 2nd youngest to reach world number 1 behind Tiger Woods. This was soon surpassed by Rory McIlroy in March 2012, who gained the top ranking by 22. His reign at number 1 lasted 8 weeks after Lee Westwood retook his crown after winning at the Indonesian Masters. After reaching number 1 in the world, and like all players seem to do, which makes no sense to us mere mortals, Kaymer decided to undergo a swing change. Frustrated with his disappointing results in the Masters and not being able to work the ball both ways, Kaymer looked to better shape a draw. He said, "I was number 1 in the world and not able to hit a draw, a shot he thought he needed to be able to contend at Augusta." Kaymer thought his inability to work the ball left or right would hinder his success down the road, especially at Augusta. That year at the Masters, Martin Kaymer missed the cut for the 4th time. He later admitted that changing his swing was a mistake. The rest of the year was relatively inconsistent and Kaymer slipped down the world rankings, until in November 2011 Kaymer won his first WGC title at the WGC HSBC Champions event in Shanghai, China. He entered the final round trailing Freddie Jacobson by 5 strokes, then shot a final round 9 under par 63 to take the title by 3 shots. After parring his opening 6 holes, Kaymer birdied 9 of the remaining 12, with 4 straight birdies at the start of the back 9. This was the biggest comeback win ever in the history of the World Golf Championship events, and the lowest final round by a WGC winner. Kaymer's season-long struggle had finally paid off, and he said he was now comfortable hitting the ball both ways. That win got him back to number 4 in the world. Off the course, Martin and his girlfriend, LPGA golfer Alison Micheletti, had split up, and Martin since has still not had a girlfriend. When Kaymer was the final automatic qualifier for Europe's 2012 Ryder Cup, he was in the midst of a terrible slump and was largely viewed as the team's weak link. Europe's captain Jose Maria Olazabal kept Kaymer on the bench for the most of the 2 days, but there was nowhere to hide him on Sunday. Kaymer responded. The entire Ryder Cup came down to his match against Steve Stricker on the Medina's 18th green. He made a clutch 5-foot par putt for a 1-up win to help complete Europe's incredible comeback and begin a personal one of his own. After another poor season in 2013 with no worldwide victories and only 3 top 10s, Kaymer slumped to 32nd in the world and then decided that for the 2014 season he would join the PGA Tour. After 1 top 10 and 2 top 25s, missing 3 cuts, Martin's form going into the 2014 Players' Championship was not his best. He started the week with a course record 63 in the first round at the stadium course of the TPC Sawgrass. He played the front 9 in 29, 7 under. This was the first time ever, back or front 9, that a player shot below 30 through 9 holes at the Players. The final round was delayed due to bad weather while Kaymer was playing on the 14th hole. He holed a difficult 28-foot par putt with a huge downhill left to right break on the 17th green to retain his 1-stroke lead. His approach shot on 18 was short of the green, but he holed the winning putt for par in near darkness and avoided a 3-hole playoff, finishing 13 under and a 1-shot victory over Jim Furyk. He became the 4th European to win this event, and the 4th to win a major, a WGC Championship and the Players, joining Tiger Woods, Adam Scott and Phil Mickelson. Kaymer won $1.8 million, his largest of his career, and re-entered the top 50 in the world, rising 33 places from 61st to 28th. After winning that substantial amount of money, you'd think Kaymer could have treated himself to a private plane ride home. He did just win $1.8 million after all. Instead, he joined the general public waiting in line to get through the TSA at the Jacksonville airport. He then grabbed some floor near his departure gate to charge his phone near a wall socket to check his bank account maybe? 2 weeks later at the US Open, Martin opened up at Pinehurst with consecutive rounds of 65, 5 under par to set a US Open record for 36 holes. He finished the competition 9 under par, 8 strokes ahead of runners-up Ricky Fowler and Eric Compton. He became the first player in history to win those 2 championships back-to-back. With the win, Kaymer gained exempt status on the PGA Tour through 2009 and rose to 11th in the world rankings. With his US Open victory in 2014, Martin became the first non-British European golfer ever to win the US Open, and one of few players to win 2 majors under the age of 30. In October, Kaymer won the PGA Grand Slam of Golf, the annual 36-hole event featuring the year's 4 major champions. In 2015, the season began with Kaymer's appearance at the Abu Dhabi HSBC Golf Championship. With scores 64, 67 and 65, he held a 6-shot lead after 3 rounds. This extended to a 10-shot lead after 5 holes in the final round. Kaymer found trouble in the bunkers, resulting in a round of 75 and a fall to 3rd place behind Frenchman Gary Stahl, who secured his first European Tour victory, and world number 1 Rory McIlroy. Speaking after the round, Kaymer told the media that he was in shock at the result. "I'm surprised and shocked," the German said. "I don't really know how to put it into words. It was very, very surprising today. It'll take me a few days to reflect on this. I don't think I played that badly. I started well and just hit 2 drives which led to 2 bad holes." In August, after failing to qualify for the FedEx Cup playoffs, Kaymer lost his PGA Tour status for the 2015-16 season. He only played in 13 events, 2 less than the minimum for the PGA Tour membership. In 2016, Kaymer's form was fairly consistent with 8 top 10s but unable to land a win. His 2017 season would see him only manage 3 top 10s all year and again not being able to seal a win. His bad form would continue and things only got worse when Martin suffered a severe case of the yips, a common term for a sudden unexplained loss of skills in experienced athletes. Some credit the yips to a loss of fine motor skills, others consider the condition to be primarily psychological. It is poorly understood and has no known treatment or therapy. In 2018, entering 14 events, Kaymer had his worst season yet. Missing 6 cuts and making 1 top 25, he withdrew from the Honda Classic due to injury. Martin took to Twitter to update the people on his injury, saying that he'd seen a doctor in Munich and that he had told him that he has a bone in his right wrist that is misplaced. It causes the wrist to not function properly, which caused inflammation and irritation. Kaymer had injections in his wrist and also mentioned he has no idea when he'll be back on the golf course. Martin took this time away from golf to see friends and family and to work on some private projects he had been working on. He said he's never had time to concentrate on these things, but now he has the time. Martin was also seen to start working on his love life after being seen on several occasions with 48-year-old British TV presenter Mel Sykes. The couple had apparently been secretly seeing each other for the past 3 years. Looking to end a 5-year winless drought, Kaymer took charge of the Memorial Tournament in June 2019. After 3 rounds of 67, 68 and 66, building a 2-stroke advantage after 54 holes, he soon doubled that during the early part of the final round, but faltered on the back 9, including finding water on the 15th at Murfield Village. Kaymer had to settle for a 3rd place finish, as Patrick Cantley stormed through to take the title. Apart from that one near win, Martin failed to make the top 25 from 12 out of 13 events. Almost a year without entering a competition, Martin Kaymer regained form in the European Tour 2020 season. He held a 1-shot lead with 2 holes to play at the ISPS Honda UK Championship, but a bogey on the par 5 17th at the Belfry cost him a place in the playoff and seen him finish for a tie for 3rd place. 1 week later, Kaymer was in contention again to claim his first victory in over 6 years, when he came up short to John Catlin at the Estrella Damm NA Andalusia Masters. He finished in solo 2nd. The following week he finished 5th at the Italian Open. Martin was last seen at this year's US Open when he came into the competition in fine form but failed to make the cut. After 6 years of not winning and battling his own demons along the way, it's clear that Martin Kaymer has not had the easiest of golf careers and has had to work hard to get where he is. But to think he's only 35 and to see everything that he has achieved is incredible. With this form that it will bring into the new year, I'd love to see him back winning in 2021. We have definitely not seen the last of Martin Kaymer.